Hey guys, this is Chris from Fresh Tech Weekly for another in-depth tech review. Now today I will be talking about the Powerbeats Pro, which are made by Beats by Dre. Now starting at $199, they are a completely wireless high-performance earphones that are designed for sweat and water resistance for the absolute toughest of workouts, and even for like the occasional rain splatter or steam that you may get out on the job. Now it's really interesting because the designers at Beats made the earphones in an oval and hook shape, which I will show you later, but you can see it right here. It's like an oval slash kind of like hook shape going around here, like hooking around. Now that is to provide a comfortable but yet kind of like a firm fit around your ear. Now each earphone sports volume and track controls, voice capabilities, and also has like auto play and pause buttons that are completely standalone. Now that means that each earphone can perform without the other. Now, the Powerbeats came in a black charging case that provides more than 24 hours of listening time between charges of the case. Now, as you can see right here, here is the case, and it has like a metallic feature, so that way it's kind of hard to open, so that way it doesn't open very easily when you're out and about. Now, as you can see, they're kind of fit snugly in here, and if you just take it out like so, it is like a nice like snapping feature to get it back in. So there's magnets in the earphone as well as the charging case. Now, this specific case has a 24-hour charge capability. So that means you can listen to music for up to 24 hours on your earphones between like different charges. So on their own, the earphones have a listening time of about like 9 hours of continuous use, which is actually really impressive when you consider that the Airpods Pro have a continuous listening charge time of up to only about 5 hours. So there's a huge difference between the charge times between the Beats and the Apple Pro. Now, as far as specs go, the Powerbeats earphones have the height of 2.2 inches, which is actually like 5.6 centimeters, and a weight of 0.71 ounces or 20.39 grams. And it also has a rechargeable lithium-ion battery, and you can see right there those two little circular discs. Those are where they start actually getting the charge from, and they're connected. I don't know if you can see that right there. Those are where they connect to get the wireless charging capabilities. Now, the Powerbeats are also able to automatically detect when you put them in your ear or take them out of your ear. Now, this right here, this black spot right here, this is where the sensor, if it'll focus, this is where the sensor is to say, hey, oh, I'm in your ear, or oh, you just took me out of your ear, so you want me to automatically pause your music or play your music if you're putting it in your ear. Now, this also helps whenever you have calls or something and you want to like put down your phone, you can pop these in and it'll automatically convert from your phone speaker to the Powerbeats Pro headphones. And like I said, each earphone is standalone, so you can do it with the left one or the right one. It does not matter at all. Now, each earphone are standalone, so each one has Siri built in and is also a voice assistant on compatible devices with the push of the B button, which is right here. So when it comes to packaging, the Powerbeats come with the totally wireless earphones, these two right here, the charging case, which is the black case in my hand, and it also has 4 different size options for the ear tips, which I thought was a really cool addition. Instead of usually having 2, they actually gave me 4 different options. And as you can see right here, you have these 1, 2, 3, as well as the 2 that came in with the Beats. Now, aside from that, you also have this little emblem that you can place on your car. It's the Beats logo, as well as your warranty, your safety instructions, and a quick startup guide. And that's all, as well as the charging cable. That's all that was provided in the actual box itself. Now, the Powerbeats come in 4 different colors. There is ivory, black, moss, and navy blue, which is the one that I currently have because navy is actually my favorite color, so I decided to go with that. And personally, I believe that the ivory, they should have went with white because it just looks way better. And the moss, I don't know why they would try to do a color like that. It does not look good in my opinion. The black looks really good, but the blue with kind of like the gold tint right there, that was my personal favorite. Now, that is enough of the specs and the unboxing. So I'm just going to go ahead and tell you a little bit about what I found while using the Powerbeats continuously over the past few weeks that I've had them. Now, one thing I've noticed regarding the case is that it is extremely sturdy. So, like I said earlier, it is actually quite difficult to open it because it has a magnetic strip along here, so that shows, or so that way it doesn't open easily. So as you can see, it kind of has like a little popping mechanism. And every single time you close the lid, it automatically starts to charge as indicated right there. Now, mine are fully charged, so you don't have to worry about that. On the back side, you see where you plug in your USB-A or charging cable, lightning charging cable, as well as like the hinges right there. However, one thing to note with this like matte black finish is that this gets scuffed really easily. Now, I'm not talking about like, oh, I drop it from considerable height, oh, it's a scratch. No, I'm talking about I've dropped it on a pavement from like 2 feet above the ground, and it's scratched and made not like a dent, but definitely buffed out some of the protective coating that's on this specific case right here, which I'm okay with because it kept my phone or my earpods safe. However, that's just something that to note whenever you're thinking about buying one. Now, additionally, the this charging case that the Powerbeats come in is extremely large, and it's almost large enough or to be a burden in your pocket. As you can see, I have the Airpods right here if the lighting isn't so harsh. This is the size difference between the Apple AirPods Pro or the Apple AirPods 2 and the AirPods Pro. It's a considerable difference. Now, granted, the difference has to do with the size of the earbuds. However, it is something to note that these aren't the most comfortable to take around town with. I usually just leave one on around my ear at all times and just have my charging case like in my car or something, but that's just a personal preference of mine. Now, another thing to kind of note is that the earphones, when they're put around the ear, they do fit extremely well. Now, on the flip side of that, if my camera will focus, on the flip side of that, they fit a little bit too well at times. Now, what I'm saying is, whenever I'm trying to answer a call quickly and maybe I can't find my phone, or I have my hands full, or maybe I just want to use headphones for it because I'm in a crowded place or something, so I want to hear them better, these are not the easiest to get on and off. Now, getting off is a lot easier than getting on. Now, when you have to get them on, what you kind of have to do is you kind of have to like take this and kind of like stretch it out to wrap it around your ear, which in some cases, I mean, it's not hard to do. It's just a little time consuming. However, if you only have one hand, like say you have shopping bags in the other hand or something along those nature or that nature, it's a formidable task. In fact, I would even wager it's relatively impossible to do easily with only one hand. I've tried many a times, and every single time, yeah, it just doesn't work out as well as I would hope it would. So that's something that's extremely kind of like irritating to me whenever I'm going out and about, and like I said, I get a call. That's the thing that I think the AirPods excel at. You can just like slip them in your ear and you're done. But with these, I mean, they're more snug, obviously, therefore like working out and things like that. So the upside to that is also its downside. Another thing to note is that with the snug fit, it gets extremely uncomfortable at times. Whenever I'm wearing it for hours on end continuously, I start to feel kind of like a headache, and my ears start to get a little hurt or start to get sore and everything. And the inside of my ears kind of do that as well. Now, obviously that happens with other earphones for a prolonged time or headphones. You're going to get the same thing. I just would want to point out that this is no different. There's no difference. No matter what you have, sunglasses or anything like that, after long hours, it's going to start making the spot a little bit sore. Now, the biggest thing I have against these is that sometimes they are very slow to connect to my phone. Now, what I'm saying with that is that whenever I open the case, and take one out, it automatically starts pairing with my phone. However, I have noticed that whenever this does happen, and whenever I put it up to my ear, it takes a couple minutes maybe to kind of like connect to my phone. In some cases, I actually have to place them back into the charging case, close it, reopen it, and then bring them out again to kind of like reset the connection. It gets irritating because it does happen quite a fair bit. Yeah, so it does happen. It's quite annoying. However, you just had to put them back in, open the charging case again, and then it's good to go. Now, recently I've also noticed that there's kind of like a staticky noise that happens whenever I'm listening to some music. Now, I don't know if that's maybe because I'm outside or in high winds or it's cold outside. I'm not too sure. It's only happened to me a couple times. Where my music got distorted and it started getting like crackly and everything. Like I said, I'm not too sure what caused that. However, it has happened a couple times, so I don't believe it was like a fluke. Maybe it was just like a twice in a lifetime type thing. I'm not 100% sure. However, all that being said, I truly believe that these are some of the best earphones that are on the market right now, and I would honestly personally recommend them to anyone and everyone who is looking for a next set of good quality earphones. I personally believe they're better than the Apple AirPods. They sound better, they fit better. Each one has their own drawbacks and essentially pros and cons. However, I believe that the pros for the Powerbeats Pro are far outweigh the cons. Like I said, the cons are essentially like me just being a little nitpicky, but these are a fantastic set of earphones, and I absolutely love them, and I personally believe that they are one of the best decisions or purchases I have made within the past year.